outside. Yeah.
Azealia Banks wants us to have this conversation. After she watched the DMX situation unfold, she decided to make a video speaking a very important thing in the music industry that for some reason these artists never get. She spoke on health plans. So basically what she said is that these record labels would have health plans connected to their job where they have all their family on that plan that is funded by the artists themselves, but the artists don't have one. How does that work? And she also pointed out that labels steal artists' money and they basically don't pay them, to be honest with you. They don't get any money from an album that has done very well, and if they do get, they probably get the end stick of it. So these labels are the ones that make the money. And thinking about it now, I feel like they actually set up these artists for failure, meaning that, you know, with the drugs and all of it, knowing what can happen when it comes to that kind of stuff, right? Because it's a real thing, like what happened with DMX situation and Little Pump. This kind of stuff is ignored, right? And there is not any help for artists. Travis Scott as an example, and the people who Travis Scott is under would literally go and buy him the drugs and get the weed and stuff and the Xans and the pills and everything, and would have him sitting in the studio 24/7 doing that while they know he's harming himself and not putting him on any plan or anything. That is never kind of discussed, right? From what I'm getting from the video. And she also spoke on her own situation, and she said that there have been times where people have been calling her crazy and stuff, and people's been saying to her she need help, but she couldn't get help. She couldn't even afford a therapist to get that help. But the labels have these health plans that they're on and their whole family is on, that is funded by the artists themselves. How does that work? That place literally sets up artists for failure. So I'm going to play the video for you guys, and this is what she had to say in the video, basically exposing the health side of the music industry.
So I want to start this video by sending my most sincere condolences to DMX's family, DMX's fan base. Rest in peace, DMX. You inspired a lot of fucking artists. Anyone who knows or has been following my musical journey knows that Keith Flint from Prodigy and DMX are two of my biggest fucking inspirations, especially when it comes to the Young Rapunzel projects and just my overall stage presence. Woodstock 99 DMX, the way he's rocking that whole fucking set, just him in red overalls with a microphone, it's been one of the most iconic things I've ever seen in my life, and I watch it all the time. Next, I really want to open this discussion about the music industry and its artists. Now, the way shit is set up now, you'll have a record label, you know, say it's Columbia or whatever, in like Jennifer Smith, some white that works in marketing, right? And she got a husband and she got kids, and her whole entire family is on her job's health insurance plan, you know? But then you might have an artist like DMX who's clearly suffering with issues, and there's no care to even help this person, you know? Then you have this network of people that kind of just work together to basically sabotage the artist and like get every little piece that you can out of the artist. So when you are an artist, because I truly believe that artists make art to redeem themselves. When you're an artist and you're on the road and you're just, you know, you got these fans, and your biggest concern is them, really, your connection with them, how your music translates to them. But behind the scenes, you got a vanguard of people like business managers, lawyers, and managers, labels who truly don't give a about you, you know? Sometimes they're even like setting you up, kind of like waiting to cash in on your death, you know? And when you have somebody like DMX, who for so long was crying out for help, you know, crying out for help, letting people know that he needed help, legitimate help, not just state welfare help, like walk into the welfare center because all you like the welfare drug rehabilitation center because his business manager, his lawyer manager, his label took him out of his money. You know, he can't pay taxes, he's in debt. So then he feels like he has to keep performing for these people. Evil this shit is. You know, there's been a lot of times in my career where I've had fans like, Azealia, go get help. Go get help. Go to the therapist. You know? But guess what? I couldn't afford to go to the therapist. Okay? Because I had business managers, lawyers, managers, record labels, everybody stealing money, weaving this web that's like impossible to penetrate. Luckily, I'm finally starting to see some traction. I'm finally starting to see a little bit of the money, you know, off of my debuting album. But there were a lot of years that I really seriously could not afford to go to fucking therapy. And all I'm saying is that this changed. You look at these rap niggas right now, like look at Travis Scott, okay? Nobody's stepping in to intervene with Travis Scott. You got enablers, you probably tour manager going to get lean and go to Percocet so this nigga could sit in studio and make more money for y'all crackers. And y'all don't care what happens to him. Nobody's suggesting like, oh, maybe, you know, maybe we should have like an in-house therapist. Maybe we should have like in-house rehabilitation programs. No, they're gonna push edge and put limit so you keep creating, and then when you die, then they wanna come and cash in on it. This stop. And I'm saying this to artists, you know, artists that are already signed to labels, artists that are like aspiring to be a part of the music industry or a part of the world. I'm saying this to record labels. If you guys are gonna sign people into these like lifelong contracts where they're offering up their intellectual property, health insurance, and the top health insurance has to be a brainer, okay? And the health insurance coverage needs to last for the artist's entire lifetime. I don't care if it's a one-hit wonder. You're gonna be making a lot of money off of that shit. The least y'all could do is get these artists some doctors, get these artists some help, legitimate help. Because really, I'm sorry, Jennifer at Marketing's life and the life of her children and the life of her white husband are not as important as the life of the artist that is feeding these white people. These white people that work at these record labels. Let them go get their health insurance. Save that health insurance policy, artists. Because we need it. A lot of us really need help. You know, there were times early in my career where I was dealing with alcoholism. And instead of somebody trying to be like, okay, you know, maybe we should take Azealia to a program, you know, they just put 4 bottles of vodka in my dressing room so I could drink myself super and go on stage and make more money. This shit stop, y'all.